in the chat. I've already got all of that written up. I had that written up a week in advance, so I can just copy paste that in.
Oh yeah, I saw that. All right, we're streaming. Who wants to recap? Mouse, would you like another inspiration to add to your bag of inspirations?
Shakes my bag. Oh, it's a little low. I would like more shinies though, so I will do so.
Very, very good. All right, go ahead and start us off. Where'd we leave off?
All right, well, last time we decided to investigate the ruins of Thunder Tree Village, which had recently been raided, to seek out possible rumors of this hidden cave ran by the Glass Staff, the head group in charge of the brigands in the area. But along the way, we would stop by Cragmaw Cave, as it's along the same path, to question Yemek yet again, and to ultimately confront Raglan, the local leader of the Redbrands. Before we left, though, Toa wisely, through the divination of his dice, carries them with him everywhere, informed us that we should bring a gift to Yemek to keep him in our good graces, and to sway him away from Raglan's possible pandering. To do this, we went back into the dungeon to retrieve a shiny trinket from the Nothic's lair. Toa was blessed by Albertine's words to shield his mind from the Nothic. In the cave, the Nothic fed on the wheelbarrowed corpse as Toa deftly snuck to the back, retrieving a great sword, magic scroll, and malachite gems. He then successfully snuck out of the cave. And now we find ourselves here in Stonehill Inn after a long rest, ready to set out on our next adventure.
Hey, you still giving up on finding any color for orange?
And that is our recap, everybody.
Splendid.
Hey, at least your orders come to your door.
Does that suffice?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and turn Kalen's volume down until he gets back to his desk.
Oh, he missed it! How could he?
It's alright. He'll pay the price of being confused. So
don't worry, it plays into his character.
Yeah, no. It's perfectly in character. Confused old man is confused. So you are all at the Stonehill Inn after a very restful and long-deserved night in. You seem to be hesitant to take long rests, or rather, there's too much adventure, not enough time. So you just, I think this is maybe day 2 or 3 at this point in Phandelver. So you all get out of your little rooms within the inn. It's morning, and you have a big day ahead of you.
Oh, true.
That we do. Third sun rises upon Phandelver for us, but we won't be spending our time here for much longer. We are getting ready to set out. Isn't that right, everybody? I guess everybody's still a bit tired for their response. So, Toa, you seem awfully quiet today.
Toa stares blankly, as if possessing no intelligence or drive of their own. Very odd.
I see. He must be participating in that religious practice I've heard. They proceed to... I don't remember the finer details, but they don't speak for the entire day, minimal communication, and they kind of just let the world around them take their mind as they, go about their day.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
the ancient art of spacing the fuck out.
I don't believe that's what they call it, but I guess it would be an equivalence, yes. Other than the fact that they're still fully listening to us, they're just taking in the universe's goodwill.
They're just completely expressionless, just staring at you.
I mean, he's always like that, so he's the expressionless plot is nothing new.
Yep.
I've only known this man for 2.5 days, but I can already tell that's what he's like.
Oh yeah. So before you guys head out to Cragmaw Cave, is there anything in town that you want to do?
Yes, that is something we should definitely discuss.
Yeah. So about that paper.
Oh, sure, you gotta get your paper.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always head back to Barth, and I'm sure he has plenty. I am broke, so there's not much I'm going to be able to buy.
DM, would it be okay if we fucked off all the way to Neverwinter?
Why,
That's an in
why in
joke.
the heavens would you want to go to Neverwinter right now?
I'm gonna say that that's not the plan. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay,
gotta give it a few months for that.
I've made my joke. I'm at peace now.
Although Neverwinter is actually pretty close.
Neverwinter
road.
is very close, and it
Down
would be
here.
along the way to Thundertree, but
I think it
believe
was-
that time is of the essence.
I think it was the Tribor Trail right around here. Cragmaw Cave right there.
Yes. And then Thundertree, the ruins are right there in the Neverwinter Wood.
Yep.
The thicket.
All right. Any activities you wish to do before departing?
Other than paper for the ones that eat their paper,
Okay.
I got nothing. I mean, I'm gonna find the weapons during the long rest, but that's about it.
Right on. You can count those weapons as bound.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
else
we had our
anybody else
long
needs
rest.
to do? Yes, everybody's got a long rest.
I already took care of my long rest stuff at the end of last session, so I think the only thing I would want to do is what is this Shrine of Luck? Maybe just take a stop by and see what it's about on the way out. It's right along the path. I'm a bit curious. It's piqued my interest since I've walked by it. It looks like a stone shrine of sorts.
Yes, indeed. You want to go check it out?
If everybody else is okay with that.
You can go by yourself.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't want to take up everyone's time if we want to just get straight to it.
I mean, it's right outside. It's not going to take you very long.
You can just go by yourself if you are interested.
Oh, okay, then I'll just go by myself.
So you step outside the Stonehill Inn. It is a lovely day, good weather. Little bit of clouds in the sky, but nice amount of sunshine, light breeze. So you see in front of you, more or less like a bunch of stones, like a heap of stones. It's kind of they're placed very particularly in a interesting like pattern. If you've ever seen a cairn, like out hiking, this is kind of like a more advanced version of that.
Cairn, huh?
Yeah. So Phandelver's only temple is a small shrine made of stones taken from the nearby ruins. It is dedicated to Tymora, goddess of luck and good fortune. There is a hooded figure, like garbed in robes, who smiles warmly, steps forward, shakes your hand, and introduces herself as Sister Gerael. She is a young elf, and she seems to be in remarkably good spirits.
Oh, greetings. What brings you out to the shrine here?
I am the shrine's keeper.
Ah, I should have figured as much.
It's all right.
What, I would like to ask, this shrine seems a bit different from the rest of town. Was this something that's been around since the town's history, like its founding? Or is this more of a local thing?
This shrine, she says, looking suddenly...
At her notes.
I mean...
if
looking
sister, with due respect, if you do not wish to answer, you don't have to. I'm just kind of curious. We're going to
quite
be
all
leaving
right.
town soon. I thought I would take a look at this, considering that
She holds
I've
a
seen it
hand
the
up.
last couple days. It piqued my interest.
Of course. This shrine is a remnant of the original Phandelver. It is as old as Tressendor Manor, and I have recently become its keeper.
Ah, that's good to know. I will have to definitely log that in my book. Lars pulls out a little journal of notes that he keeps of areas he visits. So, what is this shrine in reference to in particular? Is a goddess of luck, I'm assuming.
Yes, Tymora, the goddess of luck and good fortune. I could bless you if you like.
You know, I've definitely not had my best of luck recently these past couple days. I would definitely like to take you up on that offer, sister.
She
Right back.
from within the ruins kind of retrieves a bit of incense. She snaps her fingers and a small flame is produced. She holds the incense flame, she kind of rolls it between her fingers as she murmurs like a small prayer. And with eyes closed, smoke forms just kind of a concentric ring around her head before kind of drifting over to you. And you feel kind of a sort of optimism wash over you.
Well, that's a very pleasant feel, sister. I appreciate your kind words and your blessing.
She nods gently. I appreciate you, comrade. It has been very peaceful around here over the last several days. She gives you a knowing look.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm glad our effects have had a positive outcome on the town here. I would hate to see ill will fall upon the town.
She nods sagely.
Thank you for your time, sister. I wish you the best of luck. I will be taking my absence now.
She bows and retreats back into the depths of the small shrine.
All right. And I will return to the Stonehill Inn where everybody else is.
All right.
All right. I believe next on the agenda before we leave is some more parchment for you, Benadryl. Is that correct? Benadryl? Lars looks over at Benadryl, who's fallen asleep in his chair. Gothis. Benadryl, perfect.
Yes, that's me.
We're ready to get your parchment if you still wish to pick that up.
I got it. Oh, shit.
Oh, Gesundheit.
Okay. Is parchment, yes. Paper, spells, murder.
Wait,
Let's
hold
go.
on. You know what? I better not question him on that. Let's just go.
What happened? I stepped away for 2 seconds and I hear the word murder. Not that I'm against it, but who?
I think he wants to murder the Nothic? Yemic, maybe? Maybe Raglan. Maybe we can... If Raglan is not forthcoming, perhaps he'll be his murder victim. I don't know.
That works for me.
I would say works for me too, but I'm not privy to violence.
Who? Didn't you murder a man?
It was an accident. I only wanted to knock him out. I didn't mean to...
I don't know. You
to
put
cave his
a lot
chest
of
in.
magic into a spell for it to hit that hard.
I was trying to mimic the spell you did the day before. I
You
had never
impaled
succeeded in
him.
doing it before until that day. I didn't know how to control it. I am not as wise as you.
Clearly. Well, let's go.
Alrighty, let's be on our way. Arthur's provisions.
All right, I'll say,
Let's
it's a
see.
group trip.
I'll just hang out outside. I don't really have anything in particular to get.
Let's see,
I think
parchment.
everybody else is pretty...
Yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna try and purchase. Hang on, let me check my equipment.
The price of parchment is 10 for 1 gold, from what I remember. I can actually look. I have some in my inventory.
Well, there's also
I wrote
the
down.
notebook with Barthen's provisions goods.
Oh, yes. Let me look at that. 1 sheet of parchment is 1 SP.
Yep.
How much do I have? I have 20. So that's 2 gold pieces worth. That's about all I really got on me. Can't really buy much more than that.
Let me see. Let's see. gold's worth.
You also have that ink and quill set that Garthus bought you as well.
Yes. So, Benadryl has 150 gold worth of gems.
If we can find a buyer for them.
Yes. DM, in the interest of just saving time, how much would Barthen just be a flat, like, I can exchange that?
He could give you 1/3 of their value. Or sorry, 2/3.
Alright. After haggling for a while, Benadryl's gonna be like, you know what? I'm going to go to a jeweler. I might be able to inset these into some stuff, sell it for more. Because I need parchment.
Nods, understandably. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, Barthen. You're a gem.
No, those are gems.
Points at Garthus. That man's right. Those are gems.
You know, you're not technically wrong.
Someone in the back yells, "You are technically correct. The best kind of correct."
You are, in fact, not wrong. Yeah, so after that... Alright, it looks like we're holding off on the parchment for a bit.
Well, we'll probably have some more funds for parchment once we, find our employer, or at least the Thunder Tree might have something for us. They did say we could have there was a gold circlet with emerald gems in it. They said that we could have people we freed in the dungeon. So that's another item that we may be able to get if we wish to sell it, assuming it doesn't have any magic enchantments or whatever. I would love to get my hands on that to see, though.
Albertine pokes his head in the store, and it's just like, do we have any? We have enough healing potions? Have enough of them?
Unfortunately, we've used up a lot of them. I cannot afford any more.
I mean,
It's all right. We have enough, I think.
I don't have one. Toa, I think, still has his. Gothis, I think, still has his.
I should still have mine.
Because I
Did
remember.
I just never add them? I don't think I used them ever.
I remember I gave you one at one point. I don't know if you ever used it. I remember Albertine used his because he threw the potion down the pitfall trap. So Albertine used his. One of the ones he had. I don't know how many he had.
2 potions of heal.
Oh,
5
wow, he's
malachite
hoarding.
gem.
Oh, right, he's still got those in his inventory.
Yep.
All right. I mean, as long as I stay in the back, I should be fine. Famous last words.
No, your famous last words were when you walked straight forward.
I guess that's true. Last time I was stabbed, it was, oh, dear heavens! But, you know.
Yes, right. I remember. I remember those words. They were. I mean, they're not your last words because you are still speaking. But
Well,
for a minute, we thought maybe.
I have a tendency to blurt out words when I'm about to die. It's a habit. I'm not used to danger.
It's okay. It's okay.
My dear friend, please avoid uttering the phrase, what could possibly go wrong, especially as a wizard. I've seen enough people, especially wizards, go out that way.
Oh, I already am aware of that one. I had a student at the college I attended. He said that before he turned himself into a frog. He's still riveting to this day.
Ah, that's unfortunate. I watched a man immolate himself the same way. It wasn't pretty.
Well, I would say I'd like to hear more about that story, but we've got places to be.
Oh, it's really simple. He just screwed up the spell. Experimentation, what could possibly go wrong, he said.
I thought you were going to depth about how the ethereal binds tore him limb from limb and how it inverted him and whatnot. Okay.
No, just screwed up the spell.
Okay, good.
All right, we ready to go? We ready to go do dangerous things?
I'm as ready as I'm gonna get.
As long as you two are standing in front of the dangerous things, I'll be fine.
Very nice.
Off we go then.
All right, as long as there's only 2 dangerous things, we'll be fine then.
Wait, there
There
could
we
be
go.
more. Ah!
That's
no.
the danger.
Earthquake, rocks fall, everyone dies.
You got sent into somebody's hand. Don't worry, I retrieved you.
Okay, so
He's swimming. Look at him.
guys,
Yeah, it's just
are-
rapidly tapping F.
there
All of
we
us,
go.
we're gonna have to start swimming.
Oh no.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, quickly, swim back to shore. We got launched so far away. This is average D&D right here.
Huh.
Just like 5 dudes flailing around in the ocean.
How did you guys like that? It always starts out as Lord of the Rings, but it always ends up as Monty Python.
Oh no, it's always Monty Python.
Yeah, no,
all
from
times.
front to back. Hold on. I'm gonna grab something really quick. Grab. So you guys are going back to Cragmaw
We're
Castle,
going to
right?
Cragmaw first because it's on the way.
Alright. That. Excuse me.
Oh no. Can I shuffle other people's hands?
No! How could you? I had them sorted.
Yes.
No!
Yes, sucker.
My well-sorted hands.
Agony!
All right, that's it. All your miniatures are good. They now belong to my hand. Oh, they don't go in my hand. They have... I just sent them into the void.
Alright, so just
Oh, how could you? I could just see them moving in the bottom of my screen.
Stop organizing those.
How could you? I was fixing them. I would disorganize yours, but I believe yours are already disorganized.
That is correct.
Ah, I should have known better. I can't win the game of chaos with a Chaos Lord.
there we go. And you'll notice much cleaner this time.
Ooh, is that a higher resolution one?
I did. I'm debating on like replacing the rest of them because these ones are kind of cruddy. Like
I
you
mean,
can-
as long as they get the job done is all.
Sure they do, but they're like super pixelated versus this. I mean, you could zoom in.
I mean, it's
see how-
clean.
I can replace all of them with clean stuff. Got a better source.
Focus. Yeah.
Yeah. 1 square is 5 feet, so
Oh.
let's go ahead
Oh,
and.
oh.
Whoops!
Oh.
Sorry.
You want to lock that?
Well, we're gonna. Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Stop! No! The miniatures. They became mini.
Now that's what I call mini.
Quick! Put the table!
No. Don't you dare.
Oh, it's right over it. I could.
The button's
Good
right there.
projection.
The cursor is sitting on the flip table button.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah, just trying to
Oh,
line
you're
it
trying to
up.
match the grid squares?
I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, that's not gonna. I say we just have the map be its own grid squares.
Yeah, no, that's the end result. Hold on, let me. D&D isn't shenanigans. It's just fiddling with things, trying to get them to work right. That's about good. Okay, guys, we're back at the Cragmaw hideout.
Yippee. I love it here.
Whoops.
All of my least favorite people live here.
So many good memories.
Good memories, as in, we have Clog the Bugbear and Yemek the Goblin, who talked about eating people from the toes up. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, he's into some weird stuff.
You
Yes.
don't have to tell me that.
It's okay, I'll tell you anyway. He's into some weird stuff.
I won't stop you, but I will judge you.
All right.
Perhaps, since the Redbrands likely fled here, should we sneak in? Or do you think we should just waltz in like we own the place?
Well, I mean, We're like basically besties with the guy here, so like
We are, but if the Redbrands are who we meet first, then it's combat.
Yeah.
But if you would go first, I won't stop you. Lars says as he kind of tucks himself behind Albertine and Garthus. Be my guests.
My guest.
Ah, an interesting little song you have there. From your homeland, I presume?
what kind of word is escarpment?
An escarpment?
It's how you
mean,
escarp.
I understand that it's like a little ledge, but like, just call it a ledge, please. For those of us.
I mean,
You remember how we were talking about the French, right? Yeah, they're responsible for that.
No, they're
Yeah, it's
responsible
also
for
a
escargot, not
Hear your
escarpment.
voice. Escarpment. A long, steep slope, especially one at the edge of a plateau, or separating areas of land at different heights.
Anybody else hear that weird, detached, ethereal voice from the heavens?
No, I don't know what you're talking
Albertine looks
about.
at you like you're crazy.
What are you on about?
I think something might be trying to appear in my mind. Is that Nothic following us?
Could be.
Oh, if you're hearing voices, you probably shouldn't be.
You hear them all the time!
Yes,
Why
but
did-
I'm well acquainted with them.
Why do I have a soundboard sound called avocados for Mexico?
What?
I know what that is.
I don't know, but you should hit the button.
Okay.
Avocados from Mexico.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew exactly what that was before you hit it.
Well, I'm
literally
glad at
like
least
they-
one of us knew.
They have avocado commercials for avocados from Mexico, and that's the little jingle that they have.
Nice.
All right, so you guys are outside this cave. It's starting to get a little windier, a little more overcast.
Well,
Seems like it might rain a little bit.
First
Best
things
we head
first.
inside.
We gotta make sure we're not gonna get stabbed from behind. I'm gonna check these bushes where people were hiding before.
Make a perception check.
Right. Let me. Where's the D20? There it is.
If your
I
hand was
pressed the
organized, you
roll
could find
button.
it easier.
That's a 9 plus. I think it's 1, but let me double check. Gotta wait for my phone to agree with me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 2 perception, so 11.
Okay, so you see a flash of darker shaded green that you deduce to be a goblin, but the foliage is pretty heavy, so you can't quite make it out big.
Hi, friend.
There's some like scurrying sounds, but no response.
We were just here like a week ago. You can say hi. It's not like we're on bad terms or anything.
It wasn't even a week ago that we were here. It was just a couple days.
Look, I'm really bad at counting and also time.
That's fair.
They may not understand what we're saying. Toa speaks Goblin, however. Perhaps he can give him a couple words and let them know we, are coming to see Yemek.
So you see them just kind of like disappear around the corner. They seem to like dive into the bush over here,
Huh.
of hiding from.
Strange. They're scared of us. Or maybe they're scared of something else. They clearly don't want to fight.
They can see my title.
Scared of our intimidating video.
Yes, I keep forgetting that.
They don't want anything to do with that.
All right,
I'm a
well,
slayer, but I'm a goblin.
I guess we'll be going in then. Albertine, you want to keep watch from behind? Make sure we super don't get stabbed in the back.
You hear a
That's a-
little like trumpeting burp, 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 from like the bushes.
Oh, a goblin horn.
Well,
Somehow I don't. think
That
this is
means
gonna be
that they're
great.
alerting everybody else in the cave, so they know we're here now. So definitely a good idea to have one person up front, one person in back. You don't know if we might get pinned in here.
sounds good to me.
All right, so you're just gonna go straight in the cave.
I'm gonna walk forward. Yeah.
Okay.
I ready action firebolt.
Benadryl, please. We're not trying to be too menacing here.
It's goblins.
We made friends with them last time. I think.
We're on business terms.
Toa was the one who did a lot of talking. He speaks Goblin. Although problem is Toa is currently taking a vow of silence for the day, so that may be an issue.
True.
Hence the firebolt.
I mean, you can make fire do all the talking you want. I prefer to use my words over, violence, but then again, that's been instilled in me for... forget it. I'm not going to convince you otherwise.
Yeah.
Speak eloquently and carry a big stick.
I mean, my mother did say something quite similar in her talks with some of the nobles, but it worked most well on father, from what I remember.
So,
She beat him with a stick?
roll a dexterity saving throw, Garthus.
Oh boy. Where did I... There we go. That is a 16 plus number once I get back to that.
16?
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just narrowly dodge like a timber on a rope, just comes swinging down, and then you kind of like duck backwards out of the way. You like limbo out of the way, but it's very heavy. It kind of like swings back and forth, and then you hear like the little pitter patter of feet, and the like stretching of a drawstring, and there's this goblin here who you can only half see in the darkness, like aiming an arrow at you, squinting his goblin eyes.
We're here on business.
All right, you don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
So he hears you speak, and then he relaxes the drawstring, squints at you, and he takes a couple of steps forward.
Wait a minute. You're one of... I recognize you. Yes. We had a deal. Struck a deal, yes. Business acquaintances, yes.
We did have a deal.
Booty, yes. And also treasure.
Oh.
Sparkling
This one's a
savvy?
pervert. Get him away from me. Somebody else talk to him.
Yes, I can do that. Hello, Mr. Goblin. Do you have a name you wish me to call you?
I am Emek.
You recognize him as Emek.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello, Yemek. It's good to see you again. I see you're in good health.
Yes. Forgive Emek for traps. You see, Redbrand came.
What was that guy's name again? I'm so sorry.
Raglan.
Yes, Raglan.
Although I don't know if he'd be so forthcoming just to give that name out.
Oh, he is. He definitely is.
Raglan came, warned of trespassers, did not recognize you at first.
Yes, I'm sorry. We did kind of drop in a little bit unannounced here. I do apologize for that.
What is business of thy visit?
Well, we were coming to ask a few more questions and to see if Raglan was here. We had a hunch that he may be here, and we wanted to ask him some questions too.
Raglan rests in cave. Very sick, very tired. Hurt self on way to cave.
Did he now?
Yes.
Trying to surprise our dear friend. Let's throw him a surprise party.
We can throw Raglan a surprise party. That's a great idea. But we can't just enter the goblin's abode without bringing gifts, of course, as Lars gestures over to Toa, hinting to bring up the little gold coin purse that we salvaged from the Nothic cave. Toa, don't be shy.
Or stares blankly.
Benadryl walks up and just... give me a moment.
and just grabs it for him.
Like lifts into his pockets and takes gems. What do you take?
Oh yeah. I grab our bribe.
Okay.
Well, we had two options. We had the coin pouch, which was 15 gold coins, or we had the it was what, rubies, was it? It was a couple of ruby gemstones.
So yeah, are you taking the no malachite? They were malachite gems.
Oh, we could do the malachite, but we determined it would be more useful for us to keep that over the gold pouch.
Yeah.
So I think it was the gold pouch we decided to give him. Did Toa ever add that to his inventory? I don't know what his character card looks like. I know he added a couple things.
Belt pouch. I think he just added it to his gold. He had 28.
Oh,
gold.
he added it to his gold. Okay. Yeah, the gold I think is what we'll be using, unless we have some other circlet or gold, silver, shiny trinket we want to give. I have a couple books.
Hang on. I might have a thing.
Because if we want to hang on to the gold, we can. We just have to have an alternative item that would be of equivalent shininess. It's, as the DM put it, he's, like a 10-year-old kid or 8-year-old kid, whatever's shiny. And as long as there's numerous shiny, it's fine. If it's either a big shiny or lots of little shiny, but it can't just be little.
Okay, no. I was wrong. Unfortunate.
Okay, the gold pouch it is.
All right. So you're gonna give him all 15?
The 15 from the gold pouch. We determined that would be a sufficient number to please him.
Okay. Give him the 15 gold, and his eyes kind of light up as he opens it up, and it's all like sparkly.
For Yimik? Gift?
Yes, this is for you, Yemek. This is for you.
Good, good. Good gift for Yimik.
And he like twines it and like tucks it into like his little belt.
Benadryl takes note of where it goes.
I hope that will please Yemek. But with our
Gift for
introduction
Yimik.
side,
Yimik, very please. How can Yimik help?
May we go in and speak with this Raglan?
Do you want to speak with Raglan?
I do wish to speak with Raglan, and then we wish to speak with you a little bit afterward, if that's okay.
Go speak with Raglan, yes.
And he like steps back a few feet and like motions forward into the cave.
All right.
So,
thank you very much, Mr. Yemek.
Raglan is currently like on a cot. He's kind of sweating profusely. You see his leg is bandaged. That might be
that's a lot easier.
His leg is bandaged, and there's like a big red spot that's like a little bit discolored and greasy looking. It's like
Benadryl is
slick
pressed
with sweat.
quietly up against the wall so that he can't be seen.
Yeah, this guy, he's got his eyes closed tight and he's breathing kind of heavy.
He's not looking too well, lads.
Well, we better make this quick.
I guess so. Lars walks over to Raglan, gives a little tap on the shoulder. Excuse me, Mr. Raglan.
He seems like be kind of in a fitful sleep, so he doesn't respond.
Do we like this guy or do we not like this guy?
I mean, he did try to kill us at one point.
He did try to kill me as well.
Yes, I mean, I think you would know him more than I would. You were in service to him.
True. Do we need any information from him other than what we're looking for?
The primary information that we would like to get out of him, if we can, is where he's doing his dealings with the goblins. If not, we can ask Yemek, but, that it'd probably be better coming from him.
Do we need anything else from him, or...?
If he knows anything about the glass staff in the secret cave,
All right. So
It would be one of those two is what we're looking for.
All right. Yeah. So
Because
what do
I
we?
believe they are much in the same.
Gotcha. So all right. Who's interacting with this Raglan?
If nobody wants to do it, I can.
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of stuff recently these last couple sessions. I want to give everyone an opportunity to do stuff.
In my experience, like most people are comfortable just like letting the story play out. They just kind of want to listen to it. So having players that actually want to interact with the story is kind of rare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I
Ben's
like
interaction
with the
build.
story personally.
Benadryl's interaction is very openly like, when he's finished, you'll have a corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm picking up
he's not hiding it.
that vibe from you.
Yeah, no, most RPG parties will have a party face, which is usually the one who does all of the actual work, like the talking, the dealing.
That makes sense. In like, MMORPGs, that's basically like the party leader, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So I think one person just kind of naturally fits into that role, and then everybody else is like supporting characters. And then you'll have conflict when you either don't have one of those people. So everybody's like, it's kind of like indifferent. Or when you have too many of those people, like 2 or 3, they all want to go in different directions. But I think this is like, I think that's probably why the story has progressed so smoothly, is because we've found the right balance.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to agree with
So
that.
go for it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Also,
all right.
Benadryl,
I will then interact with Raglan. I will do the speech checks.
before that, I have to ask, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Benadryl has Mage Hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Could Mage Hand, in theory, like, could you do the whole like shove a pillow on his face thing, but just using Mage Hand?
All right. So imagine putting a pillow on your face and then putting a 10-pound weight on the pillow. Would that kill you?
If the pillow's sealed around your face, it could suffocate you.
But I'm talking about, like, could I do it with Mage Hand alone, like not with a pillow?
Oh, like shove a hand in his mouth.
I don't think so. Like,
no,
it's
like
only
cover his
capable-
nose and mouth.
So
Sounds unpleasant.
if he was really weak and sickly, yeah. Like if it was just like a withered old man who couldn't even lift their arms and legs, then sure, because they wouldn't be able to shake you off, and you'd be able to just cut off their oxygen supply. But I'd say, in general, unless someone is already at death's door, 10 pounds of force in terms of like shutting off airways is not going to be enough. They can just kind of like convulse and throw the mage hand off.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Just start piling pebbles into his mouth while he's asleep.
I would like to mention that he'll probably die of his wounds.
Yeah.
If I
Medicine
had
check.
to take a gander here, they look, just by the description, sounds like he has an infection.
Yeah, medicine check.
Medicine checks.
If you want to like check it out.
I can. It's probably better I do the medicine check. I was just about to say, I don't know what people's general knowledge of medicine is. This is supposed to be medieval times. I was literally using my actual training from real life. Let me roll a d20 here. 11. I don't think I have any bonuses to
11.
medicine.
Okay. So 10 is average. 10 is just like no real advantageous information, but also you don't misjudge the situation. Kind of. I mean, depending on the DC, some checks are easier than others. Pass.
Oh, okay.
Fairly. He definitely looks bad. It's easy to tell that this wound is probably infected. All the sweating, you don't get that with blood loss. So it is entirely possible that without medical intervention, this guy's gonna die of his wounds. He's currently in a cave outside of civilization with a bunch of goblins whose idea of medicine is amputation and sometimes cannibalism.
Toa, you're a healing man. Would
Steps
you
forward with like glassy eyes.
What kind of spells do you have that might be able to help him?
Robotically lists off the fact that they have Sacred Flame, Spare the Dying, Thaumaturgy, Bless, Protect Poison or Disease, Healing Word, Sanctuary, Lesser Restoration, Protection, Poison.
Okay, he did actually update his long rest before last session. That's good.
Did, and since Toa is a cleric, those all get.
Do you think you'd be able to heal him? If not heal him, at least stave the wound from progressing further.
Benadryl lets magic fire crackle in his hand and is like, we could always cauterize it.
Well,
I
if
was
we don't
thinking the
remove,
same thing.
I mean, if we cauterize the wound with the infection in there, it doesn't do any good.
Toa
I
blindly...
mean, if you apply enough fire,
At that point, you're better off amputating his leg.
True. Does anybody have a knife?
And then cauterize. That's usually the way you want to go.
Precisely.
Or we could do cauterize, amputate, and then cauterize again.
No. I mean, you could. But probably best to not do that.
That just sounds like you're torturing him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
Life is
exactly what I
torture.
was planning.
Toa,
I mean,
kind of
worst comes
blankly
to worst,
chimes in. Lets you know that he can, but it will take a second level spell slot.
I'd say
Perhaps it would be better to use one of your healing potions instead then.
So healing potions from my understanding are more like instant wound heal, not get rid of disease heal.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
they're like-
understanding of them in this game world was that they were, just magic.
They won't end a
they're
condition. They
kind
are
of
magic,
like
but
they're magic in a way of like they'll seal your wounds until you get back to a place that can properly that you can properly heal up at.
mechanically, the way that it works is that it will restore hit points, but it will not remove conditions. That's
okay, I
conditions of
gotcha.
restoration. So, if you have, for example, a blood disease or an infection that will kill you in X amount of days or gives you disadvantage on rolls or reduces your movement speed or something, those effects don't go away until you get that disease or condition treated somehow. But your hit
You can't
points
healing potion
stay
your
the
way out
same.
of being drunk.
Yeah, unless the condition also affects your hit points.
Yeah, you
Gotcha.
can replace the beams, but you can't get rid of the termites.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
That is a very good analogy.
Unless, of course, you hire an exterminator. Be like...
Yeah, a doctor in that case.
Well, at this point, I'm probably willing to use the spell then, because without it, we're not going to get answers out of him. He's
Yeah.
clearly not. He's not with it. He's not going to recover from this either. And I don't have anything on me that can stave this myself.
Okay.
Unless Albertine has something he wishes to use. I know Albertine is a man of the faith, and he has some healing ability.
Albertine steps forward, takes a look at guy. I realize that I need to add spells to Albertine. I've just been leveling up. I think Albertine, for a while, it was because Avian will be back eventually, but now I'm like, I gotta take this over.
I mean, we can always just magic reset him when Avian shows back up. So
That's true. We have the original. So
The real question is, would he have access to anything at his current level?
he kind of stares at this, shakes his head sadly.
Shame.
Paladins only get first level spell slots for a few levels.
All right. Well, if nobody else has any other ideas, Toa, work your magic.
So Toa steps forward, and then kind of closes their eyes. Need to stop saying kind of. That just the actual message. Toa steps forward, bows their head, closes their eyes, reaches out and gently touches the shoulder of Raglan, breathing heavily. There is some chanting and a little bit of light, and Raglan's breathing stabilizes. Not as It's not as patchy. It's more regular.
It's less
Feels
raspy.
more
It's
restful.
stabilized.
Feels less
That is,
struggly.
he's a bit relieved in a sense.
Yes, relief is definitely what you are getting.
Mucin XD at its finest.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Toa, for that.
And with that,
Hopefully,
we are at the point where we're going to take a little break and be back in.
Okay.
Okey-dokey.
still streaming?
Everybody?
Are we back?
I'll never tell.
I
think I ended it.
We definitely didn't press the wrong button.
No, what? That would be crazy. That we didn't do that. All right, so there you are. Raglan lays before you, unconscious. His breathing now regular. What do you do?
Give him a good slap to wake up.
All right, Garthus, get over here and then roll a strength check.
What? No, not like that. I don't want to. I'm not trying to hurt this guy. One of you has to move.
I mean, if you're
Just imagine
specifically...
you like shove me out of the way. He's like, enough time laying around. Just slap.
Wakey, wakey.
All right.
14 plus whatever my bonus is.
Isn't it
Either a 2
2
or
strength?
3.
It's somewhere in the 2 or the 3 range.
Okay. His head...
Oh, it's a 4.
A 4. So it was
Oh.
a 16, you said?
It was 14, so 18
14.
altogether.
18, very nice. You give him a you like backhand him. His his goes from looking one direction to kind of looking the other. You words. You move his face with the force of your slap. You give him a really nice. It's resonant, good contact.
Give him a good solid slap that it turns his head, slamming against the side of his cot.
Yeah.
Wow, this cave has got really good acoustics.
Yeah, and there's like a red mark on his face now, and he like shakily sits up in bed. It's clear he's still weak.
Hi, buddy.
He sees all of you, and he looks at you, and he looks at Yimik with like this look of betrayal, and Yimik is not even paying attention. He's like gnawing on the gold. He's like sniffing it, licking it,
making sure it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Benadryl just kind of leans to the side and is like, "Hi."
Wow, 2 betrayals at once. This guy's had it rough.
Hello, Raglan. I'm sure you remember us.
He stares at you all, like frozen in fear. Almost too scared to say anything.
Don't worry, Mr. Raglan. We're not here to kill you. Yet. I would like to, I need to ask you a couple questions, and depending on your behavior will determine your fate. Lars says, attempting to put on as strong a face as he can in the negotiation.
How did you find me?
Says.
I mean, I could tell you, but I honestly just put 2 and 2 together. We heard rumors you had deals with the goblins. We knew of a local goblin cave. We heard you had fled town after we raided your little hideout beneath the manor. I figured that this would be the first place you would go.
All right.
Does that convince you? Mr. Raglan?
The fear has not left his eyes. So...
Would you prefer if I just say that Benadryl here is an all-knowing being and he knows exactly every thought you have in your own mind? That's not as believable now, is it?
Ask your questions, he says. With
Very
like
well.
a facade of bravery.
Yeah, well...
Perception check.
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll Center of a Tootsie Pop?
I rolled a 6.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a +1 to that, I recall. It's either a +1 or a +2.
Something... You don't notice anything.
Yeah, it's just a +1.
Yeah, you don't notice anything.
All right, well, our first question for you, Mr. Raglan, is we need to know the whereabouts of, We've already asked you where Cragmaw Castle is. I'm assuming that answer does not change, despite you being in Cragmaw Cave right now.
His eyes dart around, resting on each of you, heavily armed, surrounding him in his weakened state.
I still don't know, but I know who might. He goes by the name of Glassstaff.
glass.
He fled the
staff.
hideout when you came through. I don't know where he went, but I know where you might find him. He would know.
Where would we find this glass staff? It's a name I've heard too many times already.
He has a cabin. It's in the outskirts of Phandelver. I don't know where exactly.
A cabin, you say, outside of Phandelver?
I heard him speaking of it once. It's beside a river.
Side of the river?
That?
Yes.
Cryptic as always. At least it's more straightforward than you were last time.
It's all I know. I tell you this in confidence. I don't like you. You don't like me. But the Redbrands are scattered. Glassstaff will not answer my letters. And the goblins can't be trusted. I'm done with this life.
Well, that's very noble of you. And out of respect of that, Mr. Ragland, I will not tell anybody of anything you're telling me. Your secrets are our secrets.
DM, I would like to use prestidigitation covertly to make just some eerie music start playing only for Raglan. Kind of on the edge of hearing.
Okay. Prestidigitation is verbal and somatic, right?
Yes.
Alright. So, he sees you do some
I just kind of like
hand signals and mutter some arcane words. Yeah.
I just kind of turn to look at Yimik, and I'm like, I use that to cover the casting of it.
Okay. You turn around, do some little hand wavy stuff, turn back.
Yeah.
He gets noticeably more on edge and sits up, just like, who's doing that? Which one of you is making that sound?
What sound, Mr. Raglan?
Don't act like you don't know what I'm... You don't hear it?
I hear the dripping of the cave, Mr. Raglan. Is that the sound you're hearing?
No. No, it's something else.
He, like, swallows.
Man, I think this dude's losing his marbles.
He might be. It could be the fever from the infection that he's still fighting, but he should be getting better with due time. Okay, Mr. Raglan. I have another question for you. Does this cabin, is this the same hidden hideout that the goblins meet with, that you and the goblins meet with for trading goods that you take from the local caravans that go through the region?
No. The goblins, we meet with them along the Tribor Trail.
Tribor Trail.
I've never seen Glassstaff's cabin. I've only heard him mention it once. I don't know for sure if he'll be there, but that's where you'll find a lead, if nothing else.
Where's this meeting place along the trail? Is there any identifiable landmarks that you use?
It's very covert. Just a couple of trees.
Very well. Yeah, sure, there's nothing more descript about this covert tree line for Tribal Trail.
Just some sigils carved into the bark. You wouldn't notice them unless you knew what to look for.
And I assume we don't.
Not without training.
You have that training, don't you, Raglan?
Listen, this information should be enough to buy my safety. If Glassstaff knew what I was telling you, he'd have my head.
And that's why I'm not going to tell him. However, you wouldn't be telling us this if we didn't heal you. And if I recall, that means you owe us a life debt now.
You like see his expression change. He looks very surprised all of a sudden, and then he looks at his leg, and it's like 2 dots connect in his head. Looks at Toa, who just stares back at him blankly.
That's probably the most unnerving one of us.
Slowly, like, draws his feet into the corner.
I didn't ask for this. I don't like being in debt.
Well,
We could just kill you if that makes you feel better.
I would not like to threaten violence with Mr. Raglan, for we did have amicable business at one point. I'm sure you remember our first meeting up by the manor.
Don't remind me.
Yes, how are those fingers treating you, by the way? It's Toa's fault here for that.
He massages them, like, absently.
I do apologize for my friend. He is, as much as he doesn't admit it, he does like to be a bit mischievous at times. I told him not to do it, but he did it anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not one to hold life debts over other people. I've seen that vitriol in diplomacy way too often. So instead, I only want to know as much information as you can give us about Glassstaff and the little criminal organization, this ring that you have running through the tribal trail. Anything and everything. And once you tell me that, all of those secrets stay within our group. Nobody will know that it was you that told us. And your life debt will be washed free and you can walk away from here as a free man or whatever you wish to declare yourself.
I have an idea.
Before we continue, can I check for any magic, like familiars or listening devices that may be in the cave here? Is there a check I can do for that?
Yeah, that would be an investigation check.
Okay.
And an arcana check.
I would like to conduct that before we continue with questioning.
So make an investigation check and then also make an arcana check.
Okay. I'll roll for investigation first. 18. I don't think there's a modifier to investigation. I have a +4 to investigation, so
there you
18 go. Plus 4.
22.
And then arcana. Ooh. 3 plus 4, so that's a 7. Ouch.
You very thoroughly searched the cave, or this room of the cave at least. What was your arcana?
7 total.
Okay. So, as far as you're aware, there is nothing arcane going on. Visually, you're very confident that there is no sigils carved into this area. However, magically, there feels like a little bit of doubt. Kind of like when you see something, reminds you a little bit of one or two different things. I'm not explaining this very well. It's like you saw something from a moving car. And you're like, I think that was like a store, like a cat or something. You're not 100% sure. That's kind of how it feels magically.
Like something you see out of the peripheral vision. Like your brain thinks it sees something, but when you look, there's nothing there.
Could be background magic, could be something. Hard to tell.
Can I check Raglan if he has anything on him? Maybe an enchantment or some kind of spell on him.
Okay. You're gonna have to, like, get up in his business.
Raglan, before we continue, and I'm doing this for your safety primarily here. Do you know if Glassstaff or anybody has placed a tag or familiar on you to spy on you and your whereabouts? Do you have any recollection of this?
He, like, bristles, kind of with uncertainty.
No. Nobody watches me.
Are you sure about that?
My damn
I'm
sir.
watching you right now.
Well, if you will, I have some knowledge when it comes to this. If you wish me to, I can check over you to be certain. Unless you want to just leave it up to the whims of the world whether we're being spied on or not.
He gives you, like, a proud look.
I'll leave nothing up to chance. I'm sure there's nobody watching me.
All right. Just to let you know, once we leave this cave with the information we're going to get from you, if you are being watched, magically or otherwise, we won't be there to protect you.
I don't need your help. I don't need anybody.
Fine. So be it. I've done my due diligence. My mind is of clear conscience. Now, tell us everything about the Tribal Trails racket. Everything, from the hidden meeting place. You've already told us what we need to, as much as you know about his cabin. What about the meeting places and the other goblins? Any other tribes involved, or was it just Cragmaw?
It was simple, elegant, effective.
He, draws his knees in, puts his arms around them to hug them close to his chest, and looks down between them, concentrating on the details.
The goblins would shake down travelers. Sometimes they'd pick 'em off, sometimes they'd run 'em off. They'd bring the goods to us, and we resell 'em. The goods never reach Phandelver. The town people don't have what they need. Now we do. We shake 'em down for protection money. We make a cozy little living. And that's what we did.
And he looks up, sneering a little bit as he does this.
That's what we did until you showed up.
Well, I can't in good faith let this go on anyway, whether it was happening or not. As ingenious as the plan is, you're depriving people of their hard-earned currency, especially in trying times as they are in Phandelver. I understand everybody has to make a living. Maybe I'll always be an honest one. But I can't stand here and abide and watch as people take an honest living from a dishonest one.
He snarls at you.
You understand nothing. Look at you. Look at your clothes, your fair skin. You've never had to struggle to survive. You've never known what it was like to have to take from others just to live another day. You've never been near starvation. I can smell it on you.
No, but I've seen it. I've seen it in the city centers as politicians parade around these fancy words. All this sweet talk and mentioning about how they're going to increase farm yields when what happens down in the actual civilian districts? Nothing at all. I've seen it. I may not experience it, but I want to change that. That's why I'm out here in the first place, is to see if I can find a way to make everything better.
I think we've gotten a little off track here.
Yes.
Raglan, how about you draw what we are looking for on this sheet of paper, and then you fuck all the way off away from us, and we fuck all the way off away from you, and we never see each other again. Deal?
I find these terms agreeable.
And he snatches the paper from you.
Lovely.
I got nothing to draw with.
Hand him a pen.
Okay. Oh. Alright. So. I'd actually just draw you something. Nah, too much work. So Raglan makes a quick illustration of the area. And then he draws a little line through part of the Sword Mountain. And the line he draws labels Sword Mountain Stream.
Interesting.
It won't show up on any maps, but I've been there, I've seen it. I don't know where his house is, where their little shack with a hideout it might be located, but I know it's somewhere around here. You search the Lanks, you'll find it eventually.
Good enough for me.
Very well, Raglan. You've upheld your end of the deal. You may leave as a free man whenever you wish. We will not pursue you. We will not tell anybody of your whereabouts. Your secrets are safe with us. Man of my word.
He stares at you with mistrust in his eyes. Make a persuasion check.
All right.
It is taking a shocking amount of self-control not to cast Magnify Gravity right
17 plus 4.
17 plus 4, alright. His eyes are guarded.
5, sorry. I have
Wow.
plus 5 to persuasion. I am the son of a diplomat.
All right. So
Lars gives at the end of his sentence, gives a slight bow of his head, closing his eyes slightly before raising it again as a sign of sincerity.
Glassstaff in a moment, or sorry, not Glassstaff, Raglan, like in a moment of vulnerability, looks you straight in the eyes.
Did we lose him?
To what? No, he looks you straight in the eyes.
Lars
he
stares
says,
back with conviction.
People like you, they go out into the world full of ideals, and then it breaks them. World. No one survives. No one makes it out of this world with their halo intact. It'll happen to you.
So be it. There was a saying my teacher always said, die young enough to see yourself as a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain. We'll see which side of that coin I end up on.
Professor Batman.
Just learn to eat your halo.
Like a really shiny donut.
You have my word, Raglan.
I've seen enough of you. Get out of my sight. Let me heal in peace.
Fair enough.
All right, see you next week.
Benadryl. Lars eyes Benadryl warily, but with a stern gaze, giving him the hint not to do anything to him.
Can Lars make an Arcana check?
Ooh, okay, yeah, I'll roll. Let's see, what do I get? 20 plus 4.
Oh, nice. So you would absolutely see that Benadryl has the hand sign for magnified gravity. Like just cued, and all he would need to do is use the verbal incantation.
Benadryl?
I know.
Albertine walks around the corner, holds out his hand, it's just like, high five. High my five. Slap my hand. Come on, do it.
Gives him a high five.
Yes.
And with my
Albertine walks out.
Oh, I thought you were gonna high five him with the gravity spell. Just throw him into the wall.
Yeet.
Benadryl gives a high five, and his wrist audibly creaks with his -3 strength.
Just that hurts.
Just snaps backwards.
Oh dear.
All right. Before we head out, Yemek, I have one thing I wish to ask you.
Yemek looks up with a mouthful of gold coins.
Yes, you have question?
I have one question for you, and
what is question?
If last time your memory failed you a little bit, from what I remember, have you remembered where Cragmaw Castle is?
Cragmaw Castle, yes. No, do not know where Cragmaw Castle is.
Do you have an idea of where it is? A vicinity, if you will. Lars pulls out a map of the area.
It's close. Don't know where exactly. Somewhere around here. Not quite sure.
So is it just like you in here? You throwing a party with your friends? How many guys you got?
We have one or two comrades. Iniquious.
Only
Not
one
so
or two?
many.
That sounds lovely.
Yes.
How's the guy who dislocated both of his arms that you threw down the cliff, by the way?
Oh, he is good. Was delicious.
I
Oh,
see.
excellent.
Very well seasoned.
Well then, thank you for your time, Mr. Yemek.
Yes.
We will be leaving your humble abode now.
He gives you a toothy grin.
Benadryl leans closer to Albertine and is like,
Do we want to just get our gold back?
Eileen, was it Albertine or Garthus? Sorry.
Albertine.
Albertine.
Oh, what did you say again?
Do we want to just get our gold back?
Just as a whisper.
Albertine whispers back.
If you can convince the rest, then you have my vote.
I mean, I was just thinking we start some shit.
Not a big fan of rocking the boat, if you know what I mean. But I'll go along with whatever happens.
No one ever has any fun in this party.
What are you two scheming about over there? Law says as he rounds the corner.
Who set on fire first?
Not scheming. No scheming. No, do not do no scheming.
I
Benadryl
hope not.
looks for a nice smooth rock in the stream and is just like,
I like this rock. I'm keeping this rock.
Are you going to give it a name?
Harold.
Roll a rock
Harold.
check. That's a D100.
First digit, second digit.
90.
Ooh, this is a good rock. This is like
Smooth.
smooth. It's only got a few imperfections, and mostly those are coloration. But this rock
Perfect.
is high quality. This is like almost carved. It doesn't look natural. It's really nice.
I would like it to be the what is it? The crab, the crab rock from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
It just
yeah, that'd
turns
be
into
awesome.
a crab.
Yeah, hang on. Crab. It is. Yeah, these. Hang on, where is? There it is.
Oh, these things.
Yes. A little rock crab.
Yes. Yes, I would like it to be that, but just not a crab.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
I will be right back again.
Like a little mini rock golem?
Kind of. It's just a regular rock.
A sentient rock?
No, it's just a rock that looks like that.
Oh,
I was actually
just
basing
the
my
shape. I
inspiration
gotcha.
off of the like this rock. You take this stick. Kind of like this is the hardest decision any man will have to make.
Well, he's taking the rock.
Yeah, he
couldn't-
has taken the rock. It's because there's no stick. Anyway,
Sorry, I'm back. I hope I didn't miss too much.
nah, but we were just discussing the rock.
Oh, okay.
It really rocks.
How does it taste?
You gonna like
Give
it?
it a lick. Yeah. I give it a good,
Botanical,
good lick.
a little bit dusty.
Little
I mean,
dusty, kind of salty.
It was like in the leaves, so there's like leaf juice and stuff on it. Kind of bitter.
Tastes like a rock.
I like it. Stick it in my pocket.
Are you in the habit of tasting rocks, Benadryl?
Are you not?
No,
You're a wizard, for heaven's sake. What's wrong with you?
I don't lick rocks. I'm sorry, I don't do that. I mean, the dwarves told me that sometimes they'll do it to test the mineral's quality, but I've never done that myself.
We gotta get this man's screws looser.
Yeah, we do. I can already hear voices in my head every now and then. It's real good.
Oh, good.
What's with people and voices in their head? First you, Benadryl, then Raglan, and now Gothis? What's going on in
I
this
started
party?
spending time around Benadryl, and then it just started happening. Okay, look.
Yeah, that
It's
happens.
okay. No, don't make fun. They have religion. It's alright.
Like,
It's
look,
not a religion, it's literally the Elder Gods.
Even my weapons are acting up. I throw the spear and then just recall it to my hand.
Well, are you sure it's just that
Albertine
your
sees
spear's not
this and he like
enchanted?
blinks hard, and then he like rubs his eyes, and then he just like stares.
No,
what?
I'm pretty sure this harpoon was perfectly normal. And like, it's not just this one. The other one does it too, and I throw that one and recall it too.
Albertine like looks to where you threw it
thing I have
and
seen
looks back
all
at
day.
you, and then looks to where you threw it, then looks back at you. That's a good trick. I don't know where you learned, but it's very good.
Yeah, neither do I. It's real weird. It just started happening recently.
Very, very curious. Very curious. Well, anyway, and he just like starts walking.
All right, let's head on. Let's start heading out to Thunder Tree Village like we agreed upon.
Yep.
We've got the information we needed from here, and he was surprisingly forthcoming.
Is it time to swim again?
Yes.
Away you go.
How are you doing that?
If you just drag
highlight
select
all of
all
them.
and tap F really quickly.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing if you press R and just throw them up in the air. If you do both at the same time, you can start having them do like front flips and stuff.
Aerial tricks.
Now we're all
FR,
at
FR,
the
FR. Real, for real, for real. Okay, so you are currently at Cragmaw Cave over here. You get off the Tribord Trail, find your way down. So are you going directly to Thunder Tree?
We can. I mean, Neverwinter is right there, and Benadryl did say he wanted to go to Neverwinter before.
I think that was a bit of a joke.
Oh yeah, no, I was making a joke from the first campaign I ran.
He's
Gotcha.
Jonklin.
Then I guess
yeah.
we'll just head straight to Thunder Tree then, if nobody has any objections.
Okay, are you going
Works for me.
through Neverwinter Wood, or are you going to take Tribord Trail and then the high road?
I mean, we could go along the Tribord Trail and see if we can find the tree with the sigil marks in it.
Yeah, let's see if we spot that. It'll be a good landmark to keep track of.
It is a little bit of the long way, but we can follow up on that hint.
Wait. So you're going to go back this way, then you're going to take the
What?
long road, literally named the long road, and then the Blackford
long
Road,
saddle.
and then the
Well,
high
now
road.
that you pointed out that
you
it's
can go
called the
through
long.
There's a little trail through the mountains here.
Oh, those
Now
are
that
just
you
hills.
pointed it out, yes, we have to go on the long saddle.
I mean, if we want to just go straight,
Well-
we could just go left and go straight that way if we didn't want to investigate along the wooded thicket to see if we could find the thing.
We'll probably have to come back to Phandelver anyway, to, follow up on the glass staff thing, so we can always do that as well on our way back to Phandelver.
But the
True.
glass staff thing is essentially on our way there, anyways.
All
and if we-
so
Well, okay. So we had 3 hints for that. Sword, mountain, and stream. We have the sword right here. It's clearly, this is triangulation. It's triangulation 101. So we just have to figure out the 3 different areas that it relates to. More than likely. A lot of wiggles.
Oh. Is that where we are? Oh, that's Phandelver.
Oh,
Okay.
Sword Mountain Stream.
Yeah, erase
I
this
literally
one.
pointed out right there, sword. I guess we don't have to do the investigation part. It's just right there.
yeah, you have to still search along it, but specifically where it is.
Gotcha. Well,
Oh, okay.
if that's the case, then I say we should probably just go straight to Thunder Tree then and do that, and then head back and hit this.
That sounds good to me. For all we know, this Cragmaw Castle thing could just be a nickname for the ruins that we're going to.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If not, it's the meeting place where the sigils lead anyway, right? So
Yeah.
if we find the sigils along the way, they might just point to this anyway.
Well, what if glass staff isn't there when we go and search his place?
I mean, he may not be there. He's a busy man by the sounds of it. I mean, if he's not there, I have a feeling. Remember how we had that familiar following us around when we were in the manor, the dungeon underneath? I have a feeling that was his. So he was probably in Phandelver at one point, and he probably knows that we're following him. So I have a feeling if he wants to be found, he'll find us before we find him.
True.
All right. Let's go then. Go, 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 go.
All right, to the ruins of Thunder Tree Village.
All right, we will go ahead and navigate you along that way. And that is where we will resume next time. Is 5 o'clock.
Oh, yes, that is.
All right, Mouse, have you gotten around to doing the thing yet?
The thing. I'll be doing that once this is over. I got a couple things I got to organize first.
I had to shuffle your hand real quick.
No!
I wasn't sure if you got to that.
I saw them move as I tapped back in. How could you?
That is the most petty thing I've heard happen in a while. That was wonderful.
Thank you. I tried. But yeah, you can just press R on somebody's hand and it shuffles the whole thing. It's really funny.
Here, let me do it to you.
That's so good.
I'll do it to you too.
Oh no.
I can
Get
do
shuffled,
it. I can't
nerd.
I can't do it for multiple hands. That's sad.
All right. We're going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you. Everybody tuned in. We will see you next week.